In this video, we're going to focus on some of the best writing tips from John Steinbeck, who stands as one of the most enduring voices in American literature. Best known for classics like The Grapes of Wrath, Of Mice and Men, East of Eden and Cannery Row, Steinbeck wrote about ordinary people facing extraordinary pressures: poverty, displacement, loneliness and moral struggle. Awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1962, he was praised for his sympathetic humour and keen social perception. Steinbeck's signature style blends emotional honesty with precise observation and deep empathy. He believed that writing should be lived, not polished into lifeless perfection. His advice to writers is practical, compassionate and timeless, and today we'll explore 7 of his most powerful writing lessons. Number 1. Don't think about finishing, think about writing today. Steinbeck once said, "Abandon the idea that you are ever going to finish. Lose track of the 400 pages and just write 1 page for each day." Steinbeck understood that the idea of finishing a book can intimidate even experienced writers. When you focus on the enormity of a project, fear often replaces creativity. His solution is to shrink the task to something manageable: 1 page, 1 paragraph, 1 day. Writing becomes sustainable when it's treated as a daily habit rather than a heroic achievement. By removing the pressure of completion, you give yourself permission to simply work, and that consistency is what ultimately leads to finished stories. Number 2. Write quickly and without self-censorship. Steinbeck once stated, "Write freely and as rapidly as possible, and throw the whole thing on paper. Never correct or rewrite until the whole thing is down." Steinbeck was adamant that editing during the grafting phase is destructive. When writers stop to judge every sentence, the natural flow of ideas dries up. First drafts are not meant to be good, they are meant to exist. Writing quickly silences the inner critic and allows instinct to take over. Steinbeck trusted that clarity and structure could be added later, but only if the raw material was there to begin with. Momentum, not perfection, is the goal. Number 3. Let the story reveal itself to you. Steinbeck stated, "The discipline of the writer is to learn to be still and listen to what his subject has to say." Rather than forcing stories into rigid plans, Steinbeck believed in listening. This doesn't mean abandoning structure altogether, it means remaining open to discovery. Characters may behave differently than you expect. Themes may deepen or shift. When writers listen instead of dominate, stories feel alive and authentic. Steinbeck's idea of discipline wasn't about control, it was about patience, attention and humility in the face of the story. Number 4. Observe people with care and curiosity. Steinbeck was quoted as saying, "I wonder how many people I've looked at all my life and never seen." Steinbeck's characters feel real because they are rooted in deep observation. He didn't merely glance at people, he noticed how they moved, spoke, hesitated and contradicted themselves. As writers, we often assume we already understand human behaviour, but Steinbeck reminds us that true seeing requires effort. Pay attention to small gestures, habits and emotional undercurrents. Writing becomes richer when it's grounded in genuine observation rather than assumptions. Number 5. Write with empathy, not judgment. Steinbeck stated, "Try to understand men. If you understand each other, you will be kind to each other." At the heart of Steinbeck's work is compassion. Even his most flawed characters are treated with understanding rather than condemnation. For writers, this means resisting the urge to moralize. Instead of asking whether a character is good or bad, ask why they act the way they do. Empathy creates complexity, and complexity creates believable fiction. Readers connect most deeply to the characters who feel understood, not judged. Number 6. Accept that readers will find their own meaning. Steinbeck stated, "A story has as many versions as it has readers." Steinbeck recognized that once a story is released, it takes on a life of its own. Readers bring their personal experiences, beliefs and emotions to the page, shaping how they interpret the work. This is not a failure of communication, it's the power of storytelling. Writers don't need to explain everything or force a single message. Trust your audience. A story that invites interpretation will resonate longer than one that dictates meaning. And finally, number 7. Trust that ideas multiply through use. Steinbeck once stated, "Ideas are like rabbits. You get a couple and learn how to handle them, and pretty soon you have a dozen." Many writers fear running out of ideas, but Steinbeck believed that the opposite was true. Creativity expands through action. The more you write, the more ideas appear. Waiting for the perfect idea is often just another form of procrastination. Start with what you have, however small or imperfect, and explore it. Writing generates momentum, and momentum generates creativity. Ideas grow through use, not waiting. John Steinbeck's advice strips writing down to its essentials: attention, empathy, discipline, and honesty. He didn't believe that writers needed divine inspiration or flawless talent. He believed that they needed to show up, observe the world carefully, and tell the truth as best they could. His guidance remains especially relevant today, when perfectionism and distraction threaten creative work. If you take anything from John Steinbeck, let it be this: write consistently, listen deeply, and treat both your characters and yourself with compassion. That's how meaningful stories are made. I hope that this advice from John Steinbeck will help you on your way towards becoming a more compassionate and more observational writer, allowing you to hone your process and find your writing voice, one that is uniquely and unmistakably yours. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button so as not to miss any further content from A Real Lowlife, where we look to showcase writing advice, tips and guidance from some of the greatest, most respected and most famous writers the world has ever seen, from those who have actually been there and done it. That's all for now.